So this video is a reading vlog. It's actually Monday the 8th of February, so you might be wondering two things. First of all, why am I uploading on a Monday? And second of all, why am I talking to you about it in the intro when I'm uploading today? So to answer the second question first, I had an intro filmed already and I somehow managed to completely delete it without realizing until I went to edit. So we're doing a little bit of time traveling here and I have to do an intro again. And the second reason is because I've got quite a lot of content that I want to produce. I've started doing mid and end of month wrap-ups, as you know. Also wanting to do monthly favourites videos where I talk about other stuff apart from just books that are favourites from the preceding month. And I also have my kids book of the month, and of course all the other sort of stuff that I do, TBR, tags, etc. So vlogs just weren't really fitting in. Now, as you guys know, I'm not super consistent with my vlogs. I might do one a month, I might do a 24-hour reading challenge, who knows? So I'm not making any promises about every Monday there'll be a vlog or anything like that. I don't want to say that I'll do that because I definitely won't. So I'm not planning on making an extra upload for myself for a week, so we're still going to have 100% uploads on Wednesday and Saturdays, and then we might have the occasional vlog uploaded possibly on Monday or some other time during the week. But yeah, I'm not going to promise that I'll be making an extra reading vlog every single week on a Monday, or that I'll be uploading other types of video every single week on a Monday. But when I do a vlog, it will go up as an extra video rather than part of my regular uploads. I hope that makes sense. So that's just a little quick explanation of what is going on. Like I said, we're doing a little bit of time travel, so enjoy the actual vlog. Here we are, Shakespeare in the Gardens. So I'm going to update you now on everything that's been going on. Yes, I have been reading. I have also been setting up my classroom, so that's something that's been really exciting and has taken quite a bit of my attention. I've also been doing planning for the first week of school, which has taken quite a bit of my attention as well. And yeah, just general kind of holidays winding up stuff. I've also done a little bit of looking into query letters and how to write those. So if you have any suggestions on that, then please comment below and let me know. That'd be amazing. So how has my reading gone in the last few days? Well, when I last spoke to you, I was some part of the way through this and I am now nearly finished. I've got about just shy of 100 pages, probably about 80 pages or so to read. Unfortunately, it did get wet the other day, so it's a little bit battered, but it's still holding up. I'm quite enjoying this one. I think that yeah, it's quite good. I quite enjoy it. I will talk more about that in my end of January wrap up. I also read Pride by Ibiza Boy in the last few days as well, and I really enjoyed this one. It took a little while to get my head around because it felt like, initially, because it's a Pride and Prejudice retelling, I'm expecting it to be, you know, Pride and Prejudice, and so some of the different ways that it is reimagined was a little bit hard for me to get my head around to begin with, but I definitely got over that, and yeah, I had a great time reading that one. Now, a few things about my February TBR. As I said in the February TBR, I am low-key in February taking part in the Woody's Roundup readathon, which I'm excited about. It sounds like it'll be really fun, but because I was being very low-key about it, I kind of mixed up a couple of things. So I decided that I would do my roll of reads and then see what I could fit in. And I did say that there were a few books that I could fit in, but what I'd forgotten was that when it came to Andy's Toy, because I'm on because I'm on Team Sunnyside Daycare, I have to steal Andy's toys, which means I either have to borrow them from the library or I have to steal them off someone else's TBR. So one of these was Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This particular version, this part 1, I have seen on Becca from Becca and the Books' TBR probably 3 or 4 months ago now, so I'm going to say that I'm stealing it from Becca. And then Anxious People by Frederick Buckman. This I saw, was not really on a TBR, but I saw that Kristen from Bookflower, I'm sorry, her channel is in the description below with the correct naming, but Kristen from, I think it's Bookflower, in her Media Freakout tag said that this was a book that she really wanted to read in 2020, so yeah, so I'm stealing it off her, just to let you know that I have since become aware of that or remembered that, so I've taken that into account, managed to figure out how to sort of shoehorn that particular thing in there. Now, as far as, again, February TBR goes, I did say in that I thought that I probably wouldn't need a punishment because I thought I was probably going to finish all my books in January. But the last week I got very embroiled in my planning and everything, and I kind of just slowed down quite a lot in my reading, which means that I didn't actually get to A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. I could have pushed my way through this one and then pushed my way through this one. I realised on probably would have been Thursday afternoon that I might not get to it, and I was very much could have really soldiered on, but I decided I really didn't want to do that. It must have been Friday actually that I realised, because I had to read my 100 pages of Gideon the Ninth and I had to finish this one before the end of the month, before today, because today being the 31st, I was supposed to be chatting with Alison about Gideon the Ninth, and because I'm most of the way through, I want to get this done by the end of the month. I knew that it would really be quite a slog to read this book. It is 454 pages long, which I could do in a couple of days, absolutely, but yeah, given that I didn't know exactly what would be happening, and given that I don't necessarily enjoy when I have to slog through a book for the sake of finishing a TBR, I'd rather just take the punishment, especially because the punishment roll was, and I didn't grab it stupidly, Time Traveler's Wife, which is a book that, like I said, I really want to reread. So this is going to be put aside for now. Obviously I can come back to it another time during another month when I have some more time, but yes, it's not going to work this month. I'm not going to get it read. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, so on the 31st, so I really only got a few hours. I do have coming up a couple of hours a reading sprints on my channel with Ellie, which you will have seen by now by the time this goes up. So I could start it, but then I just don't think I want to try and do that. I think I'd prefer to just start the month fresh, and definitely want to read this, so it'll definitely want another TBR. I can find space for it. I have other prompts that it'll fit, but yeah, just not going to happen this month. So anyway, guys, yes, I'm going to go now and I'm going to read some more of this, because even though I have those sprints coming up this evening, I'd actually kind of like to get a jump start on February's TBR. And so I'm going to read some of this now before we have our live stream. I will keep you updated. It is Monday morning. It's about 9:30. I am just about to head into school to help with more setup. The kids don't actually come back until Wednesday. So yeah, we've got some setup to do and all of that. So I just thought that I would jump on and say hello before I head to school. Not 100% sure how long I will be at school today. I don't actually technically have to work on a Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. So this is entirely out of my own time and pocket. So I'm just going to go until I don't feel like it anymore, basically. And yeah, what on earth was I? Oh, yes. So last night, Ellie and I from Earl Grey Books were live on my channel doing reading sprints for a couple of hours. I think we had about 7 views at the time, although we only had 3 people talking to us, which of course is fine, but just, it meant that we couldn't really tell how many people we actually had, but that is fine. Yes, so that was really cool. Anyway, yes, so I finished Too Much Lip by Melissa Lukashenko, and it kind of felt like it had like 4 endings. It kept feeling like it was, okay, we're done, and then something else would happen, and then, okay, we're done. The story's wrapped up, and then something else would happen, which was fine. Like, it was fine, but it was a bit strange. But, that's okay. These things happen. I did really enjoy the book in the end. It felt a little bit like, initially I was a bit like, okay, so it's going to be like Mullumbimby, which again I quite enjoyed, but it wasn't, the best book I'd ever read. It was pretty much a 3 in the middle of the road. Quite good, quite enjoyable, but nothing super memorable. But I actually enjoyed it a little bit more than Mullumbimby, and there was some surprises that happened at the end that I sort of saw coming, but sort of didn't at the same time. And yeah, so that was really cool. And I thought that was done well. And then I started reading The Time Traveler's Wife. I only read about 15 pages or something like that. Well, I was reading what ended up being probably about 30 or 40 pages. Ellie read 120 pages. So I'm a slow reader, guys. But I'm sure that's fine. I cope. Anyway, but yes, so I started The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Nevinger. It's about 9:30 now. I didn't read anything this morning. I actually watched Becca's Bookopoly. And now, like I said, I'm going off to school, so I'm going to go and do that, and I'll check in with you later. It is Tuesday, about midday, and I just thought I'd say hello and let you know what's been going on. I just finished filming my January wrap-up, so I'm going to go and edit that at some point in the not too distant future. This afternoon I am going to be going back to school and do a fine bit of planning and help set up and stuff so that we can get ready to go tomorrow because the kids come back tomorrow. I have been asked to teach 3 days a week for the first 4 weeks of term. I won't go into why, but yes, so I'll be working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is both amazing and fantastic and terrifying because it means that I will be the kind of main teacher, which is the other way around from what I thought it was going to be, which is fine. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it remains to be seen. But anyway, tomorrow is like I said, the first day back for the kids, and it will be both my co-teacher and I, which is really exciting and also makes me feel a lot less terrified. Yes, so anyway, I ended up downloading an audiobook of Good Omens because I've read this book multiple times and I didn't have an audiobook, and I thought perhaps it might be a good idea. It ended up turning out that the one that I downloaded from Libby library app was actually a BBC radio production of Good Omens. I don't know, does that count? I can't decide if it counts or not. I have read Good Omens multiple times, so I do know it pretty well. So I feel like for me it probably can count because it's not going to detract. Normally I'd probably say it doesn't, just because listening to an audiobook as it's narrated is basically being narrated with all of the stuff that's in the book. But a radio play is obviously, it's like a TV show, but you don't visually see it. You guys know what these things are. I don't know why I felt I needed to explain all of that. But anyway, normally I'd say maybe it doesn't count, but given that it's a reread and not just a reread of like I read this book one other time. A reread of a favourite that I know really well. I think I'm going to let it count. But also, it's really good and I'm really enjoying it, so I want to do that. I've also been reading The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I am up to page 158. There are, oh dear, 518 pages, so I'm only about a fifth of the way through, but yes, I am really enjoying it. This is a reread for me as well. I don't know it as well as Good Omens. I read it a couple of times, but I haven't read it for quite a few years. I'm really enjoying it, but there is some stuff that happens. So The Time Traveller's Wife is about a man called Henry who is a time traveller. He has been turning up near the house of this girl since she was like 6 years old. So she's grown up knowing him, but they don't meet in real time until he's in his late 20s and she's in her early 20s. And then they go on to have a relationship and get married. So when he's going back in time to her as a child, he's already married to her. It's a really interesting story. It's really well written, and yeah, it is really great. But when I first read it and the subsequent other times I read it, I don't think I felt uncomfortable about when she's like 16, 17, they kind of are in a bit of a relationship. And I don't remember feeling uncomfortable about that, but I am feeling uncomfortable about that this time. And I think just because of his age, he's depending on when he's coming from, he's anywhere from sort of mid-30s to mid-40s. I mean, it's not unusual for a 16, 17-year-old girl to date someone even up until 30, but yeah, late 30s, early 40s. I just feel like that's a bit, I don't know, I find it a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, there is a lot of other stuff going on. It is because he's going back in time to someone he's already married to. Most of her childhood up until that point, he doesn't do anything like that, and he tries not to share too much about their lives together, but he does share some stuff about their lives together, and by this point, she's aware that they are married. And he also sort of is of the opinion that it's inevitable, nothing he's doing is going to change it anyway. So yeah, and I mean there's all sorts of stuff to do with like what is real and what is not, and what is foretold and what is fate, and etc, and that is really interesting. But yeah, just finding a little bit uncomfortable, which is odd because I don't think I ever found it uncomfortable before, but I don't know if it's because I'm now in my 40s. I don't particularly want to have a relationship. I mean, if I went back in time, would I want to be in a relationship with the person I'm now in a relationship with, even though I would inevitably end up being in a relationship with them? I don't know. It's very strange. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm just very curious about why I'm now feeling a little bit uncomfortable in a way that I never have before. If you have any theories, comment below. Anyway guys, I'm going to run away because I do have some other stuff to do, but yeah, just wanted to update you and let you know what I've been doing. I am probably actually going to extend the length of this vlog now again until probably Sunday, Monday. I think I'll upload it on Monday. I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm not going to make any promises that there will be a vlog every Monday or anything like that, but I think I will aim to upload vlogs on a Monday when and if I upload vlogs. So yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you later. haven't been doing very well in this particular vlog at the actual vlogging part. I apologise for that. I really don't have much of a reason why. I've just been very distracted, what with school starting and various other things going on. So anyway, this is the end of the vlog, so hopefully my next one won't be quite as random. I am planning on vlogging I apologise. I am planning on doing a vlog for just my thoughts as I read Way of Kings Part 1, so keep an eye out for that. I have very nearly finished The Time Traveller's Wife, and I probably will pick up Way of Kings next. Got about just under 200 pages left to read. I don't know if I'm going to finish it today, but I'll certainly finish it hopefully soon. I am going to be, in about an hour, or maybe less now, I'm going to be joining Jo on her live stream reading sprints, which you will have seen before this comes out. I will link her channel in the description below though, so if you didn't see it or if you just want to subscribe to her channel, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm planning on reading definitely quite a bit more of that during those reading sprints, but we'll just see. I don't think I can do 200 pages in 2 hours because I'm not that fast a reader, but definitely want to get this done soon so I can move on to Way of Kings. Anyway, that's it for the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I apologise that it's been a little bit of a random vlog this time, but hopefully you can forgive me, and I'll see you next time.